today we're going to talk about estrogen dominance. And estrogen dominance probably don't say anything to you, but I'm going to give you some examples of symptoms, right? And none of these names don't mean anything until we know how it feels. Hello, hello. Mighty girl, I love that. Hello, Tanya. So, decreased sex drive. Estrogen dominance symptoms, right? Irregular periods. Bloating. The bloating you can get rid of, especially by the end of a day. When you look and feel like you're 6 months pregnant. Painful breasts. Any diagnosis like endometriosis, like cysts, polyps, anything that grow in that abdominal cavity, because estrogen is a hormone that contributes to all kind of growths, even the nodules on your thyroid, everything that growing that's not supposed to grow in your body, estrogen dominance. Headaches, especially premenstrually, right before your period, those migraines, that estrogen dominance. Also the acne, like almost all acne comes from estrogen dominance, or at least estrogen is involved, especially if you have your acne on your back and your shoulders, not just on your jawline. That's estrogen. That's your liver, that's estrogen for sure. And also, I can teach you how to get rid of that acne in like almost 4 weeks. Weight gain, especially like around your lower abdomen. Cold hands and feet. Any problems with your thyroid? Always, always, it's your gut, liver, and estrogen problems. Hair loss, thyroid dysfunction, sluggish metabolism, that very stubborn weight that you can't lose, right? Fatigue, big one. Estrogen dominance and fatigue when you sleep. That was big for me. I could sleep for like 12 hours at night. I would wake up and it's like, did I even sleep? And I would sleep until 11, 12 p.m. And that was normal for me. And now I can't even imagine. I just can't sleep that late. Fatigue, trouble sleeping, insomnia when you have trouble sleeping around like 2, 3 a.m. But you sleeping really good around 9 and like past that. Those problems with estrogen, of course, your thyroid and PMS. And those are estrogen dominant symptoms. And you might be struggling with, like, maybe you've been diagnosed with endometriosis, maybe you've been diagnosed with thyroid problems, and you might know quite a lot about estrogen dominance. You probably know that a lot of it coming from your gut, from the bacteria, but I'm going to tell you something that not a lot of people tell you about the other reasons for estrogen dominance. And a lot of times estrogen dominance go hand in hand with anemia, and you think that you're iron deficient, but that's not true, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. I'm going to explain the connection between that fatigue, no energy in your body, and estrogen dominance, and copper, and your liver health, and what's going on in your gut. So it's going to be amazing live. You just stay with me, and you're going to have a lot of aha moments about your... Okay. Can you please let me know if you can hear me? So you're going to have a lot of aha moments, truth moments about what's going on in your body, and you might recognize it. So the very first, estrogen dominance, right? All of these problems with our female hormones, all of the symptoms that I listed. Of course, the first thing where you're going to look at, it's your digestion, it's your gut. That a lot of times, what happens in our body that we, because we are so stressed nowadays, it's a lot of stress. Even if you think your life is not stressful, it is stressful, just because there are a lot of environmental stressors, a lot of EMFs, life is busy. They calculated that modern human have more stress in one day than our ancestors had in through their lifetime. So we're pretty stressed, all of us. And the thing is, when your adrenals, when you're so stressed, when your adrenals give up, a lot of processes in biochemical level happens in there. And one of these big stressors is the lack of minerals in our water, and a lot of heavy metals, a lot of calcium, the form of calcium that is not available in our body, that calcify our cells. And basically none of the hormones can get inside of our cells, and none of the toxins can come out. That's a big one, calcification of our tissues, of our body. Another big problem is that a lot of, the packaged foods, a lot of glyphosate in the grains and stuff, a lot of these heavy metals, a lot of this stuff basically poison our liver, making our liver is not functional, fatigued. And because of this combination of exhaustion and liver not working, a lot of the bacteria, a lot of the parasites, and I'm not talking about big bunch of worms, right? But some parasites and bacteria, especially staph and strep bacteria, get into our small intestine, basically eat our food before we have a chance to absorb all the minerals and vitamins. And when they eat our food, all these minerals and vitamins, they produce a lot of liposaccharides. It's kind of like toxins that poison our liver. So poor girl takes a lot, and when your liver is sluggish, when it's burdened with a lot of iron, and if you think that you're anemic and you don't have enough iron, that's not true, because we live on a planet where we live on an iron planet. Iron is available, we have iron overload in our bodies. We just a lot of times have iron that is not available it's not bioavailable in our body. It accumulates in our liver, making it very sluggish. And adding more iron, like iron infusion, iron pills, it's not the solution. By adding more iron when you're anemic, by adding more iron to your body, you're basically making your liver more toxic, more sluggish. You really exhaust your adrenals. That's why all of these bacteria, parasites, fungus like candida can get in your body. And while you have this iron overload in your liver cannot process your copper the right way. And we need copper. Basically, estrogen dominance, it's an iron overload condition, even if you're anemic, because your iron is just stored in your liver and it's not available in your body when you don't have available copper. Copper moves the iron in your body. So when you go to the doctor and they tell you you are anemic, that's not true. It's just either you don't have enough copper and you have sluggish liver, or you have too much copper accumulated in your liver and it's not bioavailable in your body and it's not moving. Because copper helps us to kill the bacteria, kill the fungus, kill the viruses in your liver. Like a lot of people had Epstein-Barr virus or some kind of virus in the past, and they go to the doctor, they don't understand what's happening with them. They're feeling like crap, and they do a bunch of tests, but a lot of viruses, they like to hide in liver, and they thrive on that iron in liver. And then when you don't have this bioavailable copper in your body, that's when you have lots of colds, that when you have a lot of problems with the strep bacteria. Remember I told you the strep bacteria that creates that bloating when you're sick, when you're feeling like you are pregnant by the end of the day. And when your liver is that sluggish, that's when it cannot convert your thyroid hormones, that it cannot move estrogen, toxic estrogen out of your body, and estrogen start recirculating, becoming more and more toxic, and that's where all of these stuff start growing in your body, like endometriosis, polyps, cysts. That's when, and again, if it's too much toxic estrogen in your body, your thyroid cannot get inside of your cell. And another thing I wanted to mention, let's get back to copper and iron, right? So I really want you to remember that copper is essential mineral that we need in our body, and we all severely depleted of copper. We drink water that have more heavy metals and doesn't have minerals in it, have lots of calcium, lots of iron. We consume, and especially lately, 50, 60 years ago, I'm not sure when they started this horrible program of iron. Do you see it in your lymph nodes? Yes, you can touch your lymph nodes, and if they're a little bit of painful, if your armpits, it's not a pit, it's kind of like a puff, that means your lymphatic system is overloaded and it's struggling. And if your lymphatic system is overloaded, that means your liver not doing its job. If your gallbladder was removed, if you do have bloating, if you have any kind of acne or any kind of skin condition, that's your iron overload, that's your liver overloaded, sluggish liver. And it's all coming from iron, it's all coming from sluggish liver, it's all coming from by unavailable copper in your body. And please don't just jump on copper and start taking copper, because sometimes there is a lot of copper stored in your liver, and it can be pretty hard for your body. And the thing is, a lot of people think that their problems, for example, thyroid, coming from thyroid. But thyroid, it's just like, it never comes first, never. As soon as we heal that small intestine, not large intestine, don't look at like big parasites and stuff. As soon as we heal that small intestine and balance your minerals, especially the copper and iron, again, you're not anemic. They lied to us. I'm not even sure why they designed these iron programs. Sometimes they even think it was on purpose to make us weaker, and I don't know, but I'm not going to go to the conspiracy theories, right? But the thing is here, we need copper. I have hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism, it's always estrogen dominance. It's almost always imbalance between copper and iron, and I see it on every test, every HTMA hair mineral analysis test that I do with ladies. I never met one with even decent balance of copper and iron. We are so iron overload, and it's toxic, it's clogging our cells. And one more thing about copper help us to have, you know what, we combine glucose and we combine oxygen and minerals like copper to produce ATP, energy in our body. Without copper, we're not going to have energy in our body. Fatigue. And when you don't have energy in your body, that's what metabolic chaos starts. And meaning that something going to break down in your body. Because your body doesn't have enough energy for you to grow your hair, to have good sex hormones, to have healthy hormones, hormone signaling to something. In different symptoms, it's actually, it doesn't matter what happens. Some bodies choose weight gain as a symptom. Some staying slim, but hair loss, estrogen dominance, endometriosis. Those are just symptoms. But the thing is, it's all at the beginning. It's all because we have so much stress. We have all of these poison. We all poisoned by iron. Our copper is not available. Our other minerals, our body getting too many heavy metals in using them instead of the minerals. And when we don't have energy, nothing going to work in our body. To heal, our bodies are amazing. They don't need anything else. Just a little help to remove hidden stressors, all of these poisons, and just energy, and body will heal itself. You'll be amazed how many conditions you can get rid of, how different you can look. Like I shared in my stories how I looked 10 years ago. That is amazing. I look at least 15 years younger now. And the beautiful stories my patients and clients have. And when you go to the practitioner, when you try to heal your gut, when you try to heal your thyroid, when you try to do any type of protocol, and they do not mention, and yeah, I'll talk about liver in a second, and they do not mention balancing minerals, you're not going to get the results you want to get, like you are trying to get with this practitioner. Mineral balance is the key, because if you don't have that available copper in your body, even if you struggling to eradicate some bacteria and fungus, if you still have bioavailable copper, you're not going to have energy. Your adrenals going to struggle so much. You're going to have adrenal fatigue, and what happened? You're going to get the fungus again, or you're going to be struggling so much to get rid of that fungus, because fungus candida coming not from sugar, ladies. It's coming from being poisoned by things like iron and not having minerals that our body needs. This is such a mistake. People get on such a people deprive themselves. People stay miserable. People just eat smoothies all day long. And still, women, we are toxic, we are miserable, and when we're sick. Because you can eat sugar, my dear, I promise you. You can eat carbs, you can eat those potatoes, you can eat a lot of things they told you must not eat because you need to heal candida or your gut and stuff like that. And it's all a big lie, or if not a lie, it's just misunderstanding. Because you don't have to be that deprived to heal your body. And I tell you more, right now, you need more to nourish your body more than detox your body, to actually get that energy in your body, and your body will cleanse itself. And of course, right now, you ask me, does candida fungus parasite live in the liver? Yes, they do. Everything, like a lot of these small intestine problems, a lot of the parasites, a lot of fungus, a lot of toxins, they get to the liver. Giardia lives in the liver. But the thing is, if we don't, and a lot of these guys, they love iron. Parasites love iron. They thrive on it. And they hate copper. And right now, we're all being poisoned by iron. But the thing is, you can't just start taking copper a lot of times, because some of it can concentrate in your liver. Dandelion root, lots of fiber, like acacia fiber. Whole food vitamin C. If you're taking vitamin C and you go to your cabinet and you open and you look for ingredient of your vitamin C, if it's ascorbic acid, do not poison your body. Throw it away, because ascorbic acid is not what you need. Ascorbic acid is not doing anything in your body. First thing, what do we do, right? Estrogen dominance. Of course, there is doing some protocols. If there is a staph and strep bacteria, if there are parasites, if there are fungus, start working with the practitioner who know what they're doing on those things to get rid of them. Wild oregano is really, really good. One of my favorites. Allicin, it's from garlic. Things like soil-based bacteria, because things like lactobacillus is going to make more harm than good right now when you have a lot of overgrowth in the small intestine. Have to be soil-based bacteria. Remember that, Google it, soil-based bacteria. Things like biocidin, things like olive leaf extract, but my favorite is wild oregano. But the thing is, while you're working on that gut, it's better to work with someone who know what they're doing, because there is also the combination when you use, for example, like psyllium husk or inulin, some fiber, like I use with my clients, the combination drink that helps to you move the things from your small intestine, because it's not just the supplement. That's why a lot of people cannot heal SIBO, cannot heal the bloating, cannot heal like their digestion, because they think it's just about eradicating. It's not just about that. It's about moving, because your gut, it gets so lazy, it gets so poisoned, it gets so many like adhesions and even necrotic when the tissues start dying. So basically I use special exercises how to deliver oxygen, how to deliver movement that you can do yourself, that help you to get the blood flow, how to jumpstart it, because God is a very lazy dude. Okay, so we're doing all of this so your digestion, your small intestine, everything that's going on there, stop poisoning your liver. And with liver, of course, we need to start moving that iron out of the poor liver, moving that copper, and this is essential. None of the gut protocols, none of the things that you're doing with your digestion, with your hormones, going to work until you get to the root causes. The root causes is your minerals. Your body can't do anything without right minerals, and the energy inside of the cell. Okay, when you have too much calcification of your soft tissues, calcium go instead of your bones, goes to soft tissue, and none of the hormones can get in, none of the toxins can get out. Basically your cell is like toxic soup is brewing in there, and it can't produce energy for you anymore. And again, if you don't have energy in your body, your body cannot function. Yes, I do consulting. You can just DM me. You can click on the messages. Yes, I have. Yeah, I talk to ladies from like Dubai and Europe and all, from the States, of course. It's actually, so yeah. So just send me a message, or DM me here on Instagram, or you can go to my bio and click on the link. Yeah, love you too. I love hearts. Healing from copper imbalance, right? So remember, it's easy. It's not easy, but it's kind of like not that complicated to heal yourself, but you have to see it through. You have to remove what needs to be removed, and you have to give your body what your body needs. And it's not a rocket science, I promise you, but nothing going to happen if you do not give your body energy. If your body doesn't have energy to go through the day, do you think it's going to heal? Do you think you're going to keep the hair on your head? And another thing is, when your body doesn't recognize or doesn't know what to do with the mineral anymore, it stores it in your fat tissue. It stores like excess hormones. Then the fat tissue start producing its own estrogen. It's like one toxic soup. And what I do is I have a structure, and part of it I'm sharing with you. It is the gut, right? You have to remove things, and you have to add certain things, and you have to move. You have to move stuff in there, because if you just start killing that bacteria but nothing is moving, it's just going to sit there and just poison your liver again. You have to move your lymph. You have to move your food in your gut. So second one, it's a must. You got to see what's going on with your minerals. We're all full of iron, and we're all suffering from copper. You can have miracles in your body, like I had and my clients have it right now, when you start balancing those minerals, when you start putting copper where it's supposed to be. Healing from copper, right? Imbalance. So healthy adrenals. Again, we got to give your body that energy, your cells that energy, because when your adrenals are exhausted, nothing going to happen, because your adrenals, they produce the stress hormones, right? But they also release the signal for your liver, make ceruloplasmin, and they signal of release of vitamin A, retinol of vitamin A. That's the key for the copper go where it's supposed to go. Of course, the ceruloplasmin, this is the protein that is made and that helps to regulate copper. We desperately need vitamin A as retinol, right? It has to be retinol, not carotenoids. So we can't get it from carrots. We need the retinol. It helps to move copper. And whole food based vitamin C. So like bee pollen can be helpful. If you do the like orange juice, if you do the supplement, orange juice was demonized for so long, and it's just a shame. Of course, not the pasteurized orange juice, but whole food vitamin C, it's not ascorbic acid. Please do not consume ascorbic acid. And I'm gonna share it in my stories what's the difference, but it has to be whole food vitamin C. And of course, retinol, vitamin C, and more copper help us to make that ceruloplasmin that help us to regulate copper. So when your copper is concentrated in your liver and it's toxic, not bioavailable in your body, you need a little bit more copper. But you can't just start taking copper because it can produce some toxic symptoms. Also, a lot of times people get more sick when they try to heal, or when they try to like flush or do harsh liver detoxes. When people come into me and they say that with other practitioners they try a lot of things like coffee enemas, like liver detoxes, and they felt worse, I know this only happened because their body is, it's like when you have a flu and you come to me, I'm not going to send you to the gym. I know gym is good for you. I know you're going to grow muscle. I know it's amazing for your metabolism. But I'm not going to send you with the flu. That's what happens here. When your body is not strong enough and you start these when you start these detoxes, when you start these flushing that poor liver, the copper dump starts. Like really actively start dumping those heavy metals and that copper. And the thing is here, copper dump is no joke. You're feeling horrible, you have heart palpitations, you're feeling like fatigue, you have like panic attacks, you have like hysteria, you feel like you want to die. That's why liver detox have to be really, it has to be with somebody who knows what they're doing, right? You can't just do that, because when the copper is, you start dumping copper from your liver, and it's still not bioavailable because you don't have ceruloplasmin, because you don't have retinol, because you don't have enough energy in your body, because your adrenals are not ready, you're gonna feel horrible. Okay. Common copper symptoms, again, PMS, hormone imbalances, anxiety, acne, like a lot of these things that if you look at the symptoms of estrogen dominance, it's the same stuff, right? So especially if you were on like birth control pills full of iron, pregnancy, if you had dysregulation of copper, that's why a lot of ladies feeling like, hey, I was okay until I had my second or third baby, because each pregnancy there is more and more imbalances happen in copper and iron. And the thing is, a lot of our prenatals, they're full of wrong vitamins and minerals, especially that iron everywhere. Like, stop putting that iron in these pregnant ladies and their little children. They have so much iron. Gosh, in my pregnancy, before I knew all of this, I did the iron infusion. I'm like, I can't forgive, I forgive myself for everything because, what can you do? But that was a mistake. Happy liver. So happy liver creates ceruloplasmin, and you have to start really careful with liver. Don't do harsh detoxes like I told you, otherwise you're gonna feel like crap. And that ceruloplasmin helps you to regulate copper and iron. Beautiful. When you start having that copper available in your body, you start having that energy. With my patients, when we do first like this gut protocol, then we do balance the minerals, and then I dedicate this special part on how to deliver energy to the cells. Because when you have energy, your body is freaking unstoppable. It can speed up everything you're doing. It can you become a superwoman, right? That's how I sleep. I don't sleep at night right now. And I can go all day working. I can go like with my kids work, and I'm unstoppable because finally I know how to do it all, right? And I use it like whatever I do for myself, for my family, I do with my clients. And I never stop researching, and I never I can acknowledge that some things I did wrong in my practice in the past, because I never start learning. That's why I think a lot of times our doctors make mistake, because we learned so much lately. We learned so much about what's happening in the body, and you just should learn and never stop learning. And another thing is the vitamins and minerals like vitamin D, which is not the supplement vitamin D what we take, is totally not what our body needs. It's 25D. This is the wrong form. It's not doing anything in our body. Our body can function without it. And our body lowers vitamin D on purpose because of this iron overload, because this calcification of the soft tissue. Your body is lowering vitamin D because it doesn't want you to have heart attack. That's it. And you pushing the wrong vitamin D on top. So also happy liver creates bile. We need bile to utilize that vitamin A we talked about, retinol, right? Without bile, this is not going to happen. And it helps to eliminate excess iron. It helps to move copper. It helps us to have hormones, because how we make hormones? From fats. Your bile get the cholesterol, emulsifies it, and from cholesterol we make hormones. That's why everybody will have low sex drive right now, because we don't have good quality bile and we cannot absorb our fats. And I see it on GI map. It's amazing. It's amazing. We just can't make hormones because we don't have enough. We don't have healthy liver and bile. So, as the liver and adrenal heals, and there is a little bit of science. Yeah, no, seriously, we don't have sex drive because we just like, there is no bile, no sex. You remember this one? Okay, so as the liver and adrenals heals, it's easier for the body to regulate copper. Everything gets into the place, okay? And to heal liver, you have to consume liver. So for those hardcore vegans who hate eating liver, I say, well, the next to it, okay, just the liver supplements, but it have to be really good ones. Have to be like heart and soil is good one, for example, right? Oysters, shellfish, they amazing. So whole food vitamin C, vitamin K to decalcify that self. So I'm learning a lot. I'm so happy. Yes, I'm very happy, because this is the key. If you were looking for that holy grail, right? And like, I've been trying these gut protocols, SIBO protocols, like hormone protocols, and it's not healing. That's what you need to know. This is the core. This is the energy. This is the mitochondria. This is like the core. Your body, if it has enough energy, it will heal. Promise you that. And of course, a big part of what I do is also like, I'm doing things like upgrading the child. It's when we go to your body, we connect to your own truth, when we stop being a little girls and we become women. Like, it took me a while. I thought I was a woman, but no, it took me a while, where you make peace with your relationship with your parents. It's important. I have special exercises where I connect to your little girl, where I connect you to your own parents. Even if you can't forgive them, for example, a lot of cases like that, you can forgive them. I help you to make peace with everything that happened in your past, because we only can heal now. Everything that's in the past, it doesn't matter anymore. Okay. Slow oxidizers, like there is ladies whose liver is really sluggish, and their adrenals are really exhausted. That's the perfect condition for copper dysregulation, right? It's when basically a lot of calcification happens, where a lot of iron overload happens. Remember, iron deficiency, it's not that you don't have iron. You have plenty of iron. I promise you, like probably 100% of people on this planet have too much iron. It's just not available in your body, and it's toxic sitting in your liver. So we do things like HTMA, copper serum, and ceruloplasmin plasma serum tests. Copper dysregulation symptoms: anemia, fatigue, osteoporosis, confusion, irritability, depression. Vitamin B12 deficiency, copper, okay? Iron deficiency is copper. Low blood levels, so fat-soluble vitamins like zinc, folate, it's copper. What else? Gray hair, there is copper dysregulation, right? When it's not bioavailable. A lot of people start taking copper and they stop having gray hair, but I do not advise you to stop taking copper because it's very like, remember how I tell you, you're not cheap crappy car Ford Pinto, you're Lamborghini baby, so you have to know what's going on in your precious car, you have to know what's going on in your precious body. The more sick you are, the more your body needs just attention from you, the more sophisticated creature you are. When you're having all of these problems and you're thinking like, am I like, what the heck? Why me? Why do I have all these problems? Why do I suffer so much? I'm eating good, I'm doing a lot of good things. That's because your body knows that you can do better. Your body is suffering on this like cellular level. It's like, that's what I love to give. That's what I love to give to my ladies. Okay, how do we make it bioavailable? What, copper? I just said, we have to heal adrenals. And this is like, with adrenals, right? The blue light, computer light at night, no, TV, like use blue light blocking glasses. The special herbs I use with my clients, the sunlight will help you to regulate copper. Between 11 and 1, we got so scared of a sunlight. We're using these sunglasses. Take your sunglasses off, like forget about them for a month or two. Get that sunlight. If you can get the sunlight, get the special like lamps that provide that can help you to make vitamin D. You can find them on Amazon. And I'm gonna make the next Friday. I'm gonna make a video about how to heal adrenals. So adrenals is important. Then to gentle liver detox, and of course, what can help is vitamin E is essential to heal the liver. But it has to be the right form of vitamin E. Mixed tocopherols. Also the bile flow, so sunflower lecithin, amazing for bile flow. We need that liver at first, before you go to like coffee enemas, to some harsh protocols, you need to start moving that bile. So sunflower lecithin, vitamin E, vitamin B3, nobody's talking about, niacin, is really, really important to detox the liver. Retinol, pumpkin seeds, yes. Liver, consuming liver or at least liver pills. Bee pollen, whole food vitamin C. Some of that orange juice. Don't be scared of honey. Don't be scared of bee pollen. It's really, really important, okay? So healthy liver, healthy adrenals. If you fast oxidizer, you can even take some of the copper. You can. We only can see if you fast or slow oxidizer on your HTMA test. That's what I do with my patients. It's really easy to see. But if you fast oxidizer, you can take a little bit of liver. Okay, so what else? Do you have any more questions? That's how we make it bioavailable, right? So I have my little notes in here. What else would I want to say? Yeah, be careful, because copper dumping, if you like detox liver the wrong way, can give you like insomnia, depression, paranoia, panic attacks, loose stools, like a lot of problems. Please make a list. All right, so what we're gonna do is to next Friday we're gonna like look at my stories. I'm gonna announce like the next. Oh, that's what we're gonna do. Go to the first link in my bio right now. Click on my profile. There is gonna be bio and there is link, and go to the to my Facebook group. This is the first link in my bio, I believe, and that's where I share the protocols. I share. Yes, any skin condition is the liver actually. Your acne, eczema, psoriasis, any skin rashes is actually liver, pretty much, and dysregulation of iron and copper. It's, the thing is, the liver is your bodyguard. When the liver cannot do its job properly, everything goes down. High cholesterol there, the problems, and you know, the problems with the like plaques and triglycerides and the things on your arteries, it's not actually not fats. It's when your liver cannot take glucose and convert it to glycogen, it converts it to fats. And when it's overload of the iron and the oxygen in combination with the oxygen, all of these fats, cholesterol oxidize, and that's what creates plaques. So don't believe people when they tell you you need to stop eating fats, and you go because you know you have high triglycerides and nonsense like that. All right, so I think do you have any more questions right now? So the liver, what are we gonna do? Okay, so for liver, aloe vera, slippery elm, how you help help your liver, and especially, like I said, copper and iron. That's what you need to pay first attention. If you're anemic, it doesn't mean that you have low iron. That means you have lots of overload of toxic iron concentrated in your brain, in your liver, and poisoning it. And of course, gentle work on the liver, but no harsh detoxes like turmeric, ginger, cayenne. And I prefer, when my patients come to me, I prefer to start with foods, to start with herbs before we go on like liver detoxes and none of that. Because like I said, copper dump is no joke. We desperately need copper for our energy, for our brain to work, for everything. We need copper to move copper. We need ceruloplasmin. We need to, and of course, first, like dandelion root, teas, maybe green tea, matcha tea, herbal infusion, like nettle tea is amazing, oat straw, castor oil packs. There is, Queens of the Throne. I forgot her name. She invented amazing. It's actually in my what is it? In my bio, there is a link to amazing castor oil packs. Google it, research it. They're amazing for liver. Of course, bitter herbs, like digestive bitters, sunflower lecithin, good quality. Vitamin E. Nobody talks about a lot of vitamins because they're cheap, because they can make a lot of money from it. In opposite to like cod liver oil and stuff like that. So of course nobody hears about things like that. But vitamin E, niacin, like I said, whole food vitamin C, not the cheap, not the toxic ascorbic acid. Loving your liver, chewing your food, opening the windows, walking, hugging the trees. It's all like soil-based bacteria. A lot of problems coming that we don't touch soil anymore. We don't eat fruits and vegetables from our own garden anymore. We're so lacking of basic soil-based bacteria. And a lot of people, they're fighting the sebum, like I said. Manually, like you have to jumpstart your digestion, you have to jumpstart your gut, you have to get the blood and oxygen flow to your organs, to your liver. If you have very cold hands and feet, do the very hot baths with magnesium for your feet. You got to get that blood circulation in your abdominal area, especially if you have endometriosis, polyps, all of that stuff. And of course, like cruciferous vegetables for if you have estrogen dominance, right? There is eradicating that bacteria like staph or strep, doing that fiber like inulin, a lot of arco-greens are pretty good. What else? A lot of good things. And of course, getting rid of toxic plastic, toxic like BPA products, paying attention. Whole foods going to heal you. They have a YouTube channel actually working on it right now. So pretty soon, it's not going to be offensive. Like I don't really have desire, I would say, to make it like all according to the rules of how you make YouTube. But I'm going to share like a lot of my videos on it. But it's not going to be like your fancy with the super fancy intro in, like, you know, it's not going to be like everybody else doing it. Not everybody else, but how fancy people doing it. So bitters, yeah, really, really good. And of course, using the healthy products. If you want to see more recipes, if you want to see more like kind of like whole food nutrition, even I know, like, I don't have time to cook a lot of times, and sometimes I do the products in the store that I get, like packaged food and stuff. You can go to the account Food Babe on here on Instagram. She shares a lot of amazing information about how to choose what you put in your mouth. We have to respect our bodies. That's what it comes from. Like, remember I told you, are you Lamborghini or Ford Pinto? Stop putting crap inside of your own body. It's important. So we talked about like, none of the gut protocols, none of the things that you do for your hormones going to work if you don't get to the root. Our cells need energy. You need to respect your body. You need to love your body. You need to treat it as like one most expensive, I don't know, beautiful treasures you have, like the best, like you just, how you would treat if you get like Lamborghini. You wouldn't put it in a, like, you wouldn't put a crappy fuel inside of it. You wouldn't give it, like, you wouldn't find dirty looking, like the worst mechanic in the city, right? You would take her, you would put the best fuel. You would just like spend your time to like polishing the interiors, to giving the best to your Lamborghini, right? To treat your body the same. I don't know if this comparison like is a good one, but that's how I feel. That's how you should treat your body. That's how precious it is. Okay? And those minerals and that energy is the key. All right, my dears. Love you. And again, if you want to reach out, please send me a message. If you want to a lot more information, if you want to get into our tribe, go to the first link in my bio and join my Facebook group. And of course, if you're ready, if you get to the level, okay, I really need the structure, I really need to go through, get to the bottom of it, get that energy into myself, finally regulate my hormones, finally like get it the right way, just reach out to me and we'll see in your precious body. We'll do the right type of testing, we'll do these things the right way, what is really serving your body. And it's really, really important because our bodies are so unique, because our bodies are so precious, they're so amazing. As soon as we remove the stressors and as soon as we give it what it needs, your unique body, sometimes would work for other person beautifully, it doesn't work for your body. That's why this, I know it's important what goes in your body, but what we put in on our body, important, very important. For me right now, if I can't eat it, I don't put it in my body. Well, some of the things I do, but definitely it's a priority. Definitely, skin is the largest organ. Definitely you absorb a lot through that. And you know what? We live in a world where it's not the same anymore. But I'm telling you, like I tell all the people, 70 years ago, people ate sugar, people drank wine and smoked cigarettes, and they were healthier than we are right now, drinking smoothies all day long and like depriving ourselves and not eating this, not eating that. Why? Because they had these minerals, because their water was not poisoned like our water right now. It's very important. We'll talk about the water next time. But right now, I'm telling you, you can have amazing results. It's just have to get a little bit deeper into what's going on in your precious body. Okay, love you all. And on Fridays we're always going to have this live, so just look at my stories to find a lot of information. I'm going to start showing you my stories, like the things you can take, like the lists and all of that stuff. So stay tuned, okay? Love you guys. Ladies, bye-bye.